Hey guys, got a couple things I'm getting ready to do to my bike that I wanted to share with you. I've been looking all around YouTube and I couldn't find the exact combination of what I was going to put together. So I thought I'd make a video because maybe somebody else out there has a Street Glide like mine that might want to see what this particular windshield and set of bars looks like. I've had this bike since August of last year. So I put quite a few miles on it. I haven't had it a whole long time, but I put several thousand miles on it since then. And the handlebars just really, they have to be changed. I was getting pain between my shoulders, quite a bit of pain actually after I ride any distance at all. My wife and I took it down to Florida last weekend. You know, as far as touring goes, 350 miles isn't that much of a touring ride, but after 350 miles, my back was on fire between my shoulders. It definitely isn't the seat, because I changed the seat and I put an Ultra seat on here. When I bought it, it had a Mustang seat, which was too hard, so I got rid of that. Bought an Ultra seat because we both love the Ultra seat for her and for me. It's probably the most comfortable seat I've ever ridden on. So we put one of those on. My Ultra that I had a few years ago, obviously same handlebar setup. I got pain in my shoulders back then too. I just didn't really think about the handlebars. So I ordered some handlebars. I ordered the Paul Yaffe 1-inch Bagger Apes that have 10-inch rise. And I've read on a lot of forums that the Yaffe bars have, they're longer or taller than what they say they are. So like the 10 inches measure around 12. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that they're not too tall. I would assume that I'm going to have to do mirrors, because once these, once I pull these bars up, these mirrors are it's going to be in the way. So I'm going to have to probably going to do mirrors. I'll do those next. I'm not going to worry about those at the moment though. But another thing I want to talk about was the windshield itself. I've got what I think is this was on here when I bought it. It's a Harley Davidson wind splitter. I think it's a 7-inch wind splitter. And you can see it's got the lip, where it's supposed to drive that wind up over your helmet. But believe me, man, it's okay, but I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'8", and that wind hits me right square on top of just above my visor, right on the top part of my helmet. And I do have a smaller seat on here at the moment. I've got a seat that I bought from a guy that bought a 2023 Street Glide ST Fast Johnny. He didn't want the seat. He wanted one for him and his wife. So I bought this seat off of him to put on here just when I ride around town, because I don't really like to ride that big old seat on there when I'm just going around town. It sits me pretty low. And even with this little seat on it, those handlebars are low for me. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not tall. I don't have a very good reach. They still feel far away from me no matter what. But I mean, they are low. And anybody that's ridden a Street Glide or an Ultra will know that those are some low handlebars. And when I put my Ultra seat on there, it lifts me up probably another inch or so, maybe more, I don't know, but it's even lower there. So I feel like I'm doing a toe touch, or trying to, when I'm riding down the road, especially when I get my feet on the highway pegs. It's a little strange. So I'm going to change those bars, and I couldn't find the exact 10-inch Yaffe bars that I'm putting on a Street Glide. I saw lots of videos for Street Glides, lots of videos with the Yaffe bars, lots of videos with monkey bars, but not the exact bars I'm putting on. So I will make a video with those bars on it. I'm not going to do an install video because there are tons of those out there already. I'm going to actually follow Ride It Wrenchit's video. He's got a really good one about putting on these bars. So I'm hoping that it's going to be as easy as it looks. I bought the bars and I bought the windshield. I ordered a Freedom Shield. I think it's a 9-inch, but it's the touring width, so it comes like way down past here, so it sticks out quite a bit here on the end. 9 inches, and then it is medium gray tint, so it's quite a bit lighter than this one. This one's pretty dark. So I'm going to try that out and see. I think that should be about right from some of the pictures I saw on their site. And again, I couldn't find a video on YouTube, and I just feel like pictures sometimes are just that you just don't see what you want to see. And I'm on the fence. I'm so close on the fence of buying a new bike and just getting one that fits me better. But I really want to try to make this one work, because I really like this bike. I like the way it looks. I like the way it rides. I like the way it sounds. The previous owner put a ton of great upgrades on it. So I don't really want to get rid of this one yet. So that's what I'm trying to do. The first step is for me to try to make this one fit myself. Oh, and another thing, I got the bushings for the riser. I wasn't sure whether I want to do that or not. I've read tons of forums about those, And people say, do the bushings while you're in there. If you don't, you're gonna be sorry. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And so I went down to Harley the other day and I just bought the bushings. And these are the polyurethane ones. The OEM ones are rubber and they kind of give a little bit. And if you, I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're polyurethane. So they have polyurethane, you know, around the outside, or around the inside, I'm sorry, instead of rubber. So when they're in there, and handlebar, the taller the handlebars go, the more that rubber gives in those stock bushings. So everyone says I should change them. I'm going to try it. I don't normally do things just because everyone says, but I don't want to put longer bars on there and find that I should have changed them and then have to take the stinking thing apart again to put them in. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I've also read that you get more vibration with these polyurethane bushings, so we'll find out, I guess. I'm going to do a quick ride with the existing handlebars, the stock handlebars, and the Harley Davidson wind splitter windshield on here before I make the changes. That stuff's going to be here today, so we'll be getting up to highway speeds here shortly once I get off these back roads, so we'll see how much wind we get. All right, so just a little bit of the progress here. We got the fairing all pulled back, exposed the riser there. So I'm getting ready to pull the riser cap off and get the handlebars out. Got all the controls loosened already. I'm gonna get this handle grip off too, but yeah, so we're getting there. Like I said, it's not gonna be an install video obviously, but thought I'd put a little bit of the progress on here and then update it as we go. But yeah, looking forward to getting these on here and making this thing ride a little better. Anyway, I will bring it back on here shortly. Okay, so here it is after the upgrades. You see I had to put mirrors on it because the mirrors are blocked by the bars. These 10-inch Yaffe bars are about the right size. They put the handlebars up to where my arms are almost level, my shoulders. Taking a little getting used to because it's something I'm not, you know, obviously I've had these stock bars on since I bought the bike last year, and then my previous Ultra that I had stock bars on it. But I like the way it looks, and you can see the Freedom Shield as well. It's a 9-inch touring width Freedom Shield, and you see the little extra on the side there. It really seems to block a lot of wind. I'm kind of on the fence of whether it's less turbulent than my little 7-inch Harley Davidson wind splitter, but it does do a pretty good job. I think once I get some kind of lower protection from the wind, that should help. Once I get, maybe put some lower leg fairings on them and see how that works out. But anyway, it seems to really work well. Sorry about all the noise. There's a neighbor mowing the yard, but anyway, let me show you what it looks like from here. I know it's my nose is probably right about the top of that windshield when I'm looking over it, and I don't know if you can see how straight my arms are, but all in all I'm pretty happy with it. I did not route the cables inside because they weren't long enough. The only cable that's inside is the throttle by wire, so that's in there, and I just you know, everything else fit. I did have to reroute some wires under the fairing to make the clutch cable or the clutch line work. That is a trick you can find on a video by KST. They show you how to unplug the main harness and move your wires around so your clutch cable can release a few inches of travel, so you won't have to change those if you're staying with specific size bars. And I'm not sure if 12-inch bars would be the same. These are 10s, but actually they measure around 12. So anyway, that's what it looks like with them on there. I think I might have had the other seat on when I took these other, but anyway, I set these bars to this touring seat because that's where I need them to be most comfortable when my wife and I are on longer trips. and that just, hopefully that works out and does what we need it to do. Anyway, as I said, it's a Freedom Shield, 9-inch Freedom Shield with touring width, and it is medium gray tint. They have clear, light gray, medium gray, and dark gray. All right, so we're gonna take a little after ride with this windshield on, and I do not have the wind cover on the camera like I did for the before ride. I just want to see if there's more wind noise before the windshield as opposed to after. So we'll just take a short ride here and find out. I apologize if the camera angle is off. I can't really tell with this other helmet on. So hopefully it's good enough where at least you can see through the windshield. Get out here and see if there's any wind noise or noticeably less wind noise. I'm sure this camera's pointed right straight to the windshield because it's on the front of my helmet, the lower part. So that was the after without the windsock on the camera, or wind cover, whatever you call it. Hey, this windshield I think is a lot better. It definitely has a lot more coverage than the old one, but I'm still getting a lot of turbulence, but I think it's coming from underneath. And one of the things I didn't realize in the past was that a lot of the turbulence coming from underneath makes your head buffet around like it, you know, like everyone thinks it's just coming from the windshield. It's really not. So when I put my feet up on my highway bars or my crash bars, and I put my knees right up against the tank and I kind of block all that wind, I mean, it stops every bit of the buffeting I'm getting up here on my helmet. So I know that what little is left of the buffeting is coming from down there. So I might put some lower fairings on there. Not sure yet. I may put some of those fangs on. I'm sure you've seen those where they attach to the up here on the forks and they kind of block the wind from coming up underneath. But I'm going to do something different to get that wind buffeting, but I'm not sure yet what. But definitely it handles a lot better with these handlebars, and I love this windshield, and just going to be building from here, I think, to try to get it as best as I can get it. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking out my upgrades to my bike. Make sure you check back in, see what we're doing later. I know there's a ton of guys doing bike stuff out there, but I'm hoping that maybe somebody that has a 2020 Street Glide will see these, and maybe I can help you make a decision on what kind of upgrade you want to put on your bike. Anyway, peace out, and see you on the next one.